What's going on, everybody? We have made it down to Australia after a little bit of stress at the airports. We have finally gotten off the plane. We are rested and we are here in
Gippsland, which is in Victoria, Lardner Park,
near Melbourne, Australia. But just to catch you up, we were supposed to fly out on Sunday night, but we got to the airport and my visa hadn't got approved yet. So, you know, pro tip for you, make sure that happens. So they kicked us out of the airport. Next morning, after calling the government a few times, finally got my visa granted. So then we hopped on a plane, booked a flight to Dallas, but we booked it to the wrong airport. And also we weren't on that flight from Dallas to Melbourne either way.
So they rebooked the flight because the original flight was delayed, and so they rebooked our second leg, but then it turned out that it didn't actually get rebooked. So it was just
like,
very confusing.
If my visa was approved, we still wouldn't have made that flight.
Right.
So long story short, we rebooked through LA. So we flew to LA, had a couple hours layover there, about 14-hour plane ride later, and 30 hours of straight travel door to door. We made it to Melbourne, where of course we had a little bit of trouble renting a car, and then they lost our luggage. But that was all yesterday. We got to the Airbnb, we are well rested, and we're here at the barbecue festival for Meat Stock Leg 1. We're here for 3 weeks, so get ready for some Australian content. And we're at Meat Stock, first time here. You ever been to Australia before?
Never been to Australia.
So far, loving it. I mean, look at the view. It's like 65 degrees and sunny. It's beautiful. And yeah, it's a great barbecue festival. We're gonna take you along for the ride. We're doing some beef cheek foldies. We're doing a direct heat chud box demo. We're doing a sausage making demo, brisket trim, all sorts of good stuff. So we've actually been working for a little bit. We had a couple of meals so far on this trip. And so far, all the portion sizes are gigantic in Australia, which I'm not mad about.
Yeah, and they use an appropriate amount of salt.
Yeah, that was the most noticeable difference between here and the UK so far. So far, absolutely loving Australia, but we've been working a little bit this morning. We got some beef cheeks just put on the grill, and by that I mean smoker, and we're gonna be making some pickled onions and some barbecue sauce, and yeah, it should be a fun day. So the festival starts tomorrow. This is our prep day, so we're just kind of getting everything set up. Are you ready for Australia Adventure Season 1?
Absolutely.
Coming up. We got round 1 of beef cheeks on a smoker somewhere on site, and now we're seasoning round 2, and we're both really pumped because much like the UK, the cheeks here are pre-trimmed. Come on, show us that big one.
I mean, they're all big, but
huge. Beautiful looking cheeks, pre-trimmed, so we don't have to do anything. Just taking those, chucking it in some good old-fashioned Chuds BBQ SPG. We're getting them smoked off. So it's always a bit stressful cooking a barbecue festival in a country that you've never been to before. By the way, we got to wear these vests because it's setup day and there's a lot of trucks and forklifts going around, and we got to stand out so we don't get run over. But we're trying to get everything done. We got half the cheeks, no, like a fifth of the cheeks on the smoker. We just found some hotel pans, so that's good. Now we got to track down some beef tallow and make some sauce and pickled onions. But Bones, how's Australia treating you so far?
It's great. Loving the food, loving the people. Everyone's super friendly here.
Yeah, everyone's very nice, which is fantastic. Beautiful weather, cannot complain. We were saying earlier, it's kind of like a perfect in-between of like the UK and the US.
Yeah.
Australia fits right in there because everything's a little bit bigger and a little bit newer than the UK, but just slightly different than the States. And Meat Stock definitely knows what they're doing. There's so many kitchens around here, so many pits, and just very well prepared for a barbecue festival, which is fantastic. Like, this is like 1 of 7 kitchens on site with fridges and everything you need. So yeah, knocking out some barbecue sauce right now. How's the barbecue sauce business treating you?
Fine.
So how's that barbecue sauce business treating you?
This is thrilling.
Yeah, we're having a big problem with finding the proper containers for stuff, but we found these empty vinegar jugs, so we're just gonna pipe them in there. That way we can use this pot to make pickled onions, but I'm gonna go check on the beef cheeks. Cheeks have been on for 3-4 hours at this point, looking really nice and barky. Got a bunch of fat down there melting down, and then we're gonna get these into the confit. Big old 1,000-gallon pit here. Boss Hog Smokers. I believe these are made locally here in Australia, but good looking pit. And it's getting windy. Are you a dingo? Yeah, it's a good boy. So we just had to shelter in place for a little bit. Big storm came through, lightning in the background. First lightning storm in Australia.
Yeah. Well, the weather changed very quickly, but came and went. We're all good.
But I pulled the cheeks off, tossed them in confit, popped them in an oven, threw another batch on. Now it's time to go check in on our onions. Hopefully it's boiling, but you know, induction stoves, right? So nighttime is upon us, and I apologize for not filming more of the day, but it's been a bit chaotic, a little bit hectic. Again, new country, don't know where anything is, don't necessarily have the things that we really need, but we've been making do, and we're under the stage right now, hence the red lights. And you probably can't see it, but there's a really weird AI drawing of me up there. But things are still cooking. The first batch of beef cheeks is out of confit. We're gonna chill those down and retherm them for service tomorrow. We got this reverse flow full of cheeks, as well as that one over there. And they're doing about as well as reverse flows can do, but that's the beauty of beef cheeks. You know, we're just trying to build bark and make sure that they're cooked. But, Bones, how you doing?
I'm doing well. It got dark really fast.
That's been screwing with us because I keep feeling like I'm rushed, like it's midnight, 11:30 at night, but it's like 7:30 right now.
Yeah, it feels weird.
Then again, this is when we went to bed last night, but that was a jet lag thing. So yeah, right now we're just gonna get these cheeks smoked off, probably pop them in confit in the warmer overnight, and then we'll pick up tomorrow and get this festival started. All of our cheeks are done. These are fresh off the pit. These are ones out of confit. These guys we're gonna park in the fridge and confit them tomorrow. And actually we still have a whole other case of cheeks that we gotta smoke off tomorrow. But we're also doing some live demos, direct heat, sausage making. I also just made a 5-pound batch of sausage that we actually cased yesterday. We got those smoked off, and that's a wrap for day 1. Day 2, well, technically day 1 of meat stock here in Gippsland, and kind of a cold day. It's like 52 outside, but
drizzling.
I just checked on the beef cheeks we confit overnight. They're feeling good. We've got 1 case left, so we're gonna go try and find some smoker space somewhere.
Chop the man!
Chop, buddy! Once we get these smoked off, all our cheeks will be smoked, and we're just gonna be confiting all day and doing some demos and events, so it should be a good day. Batch 2 out of the confit. Time to keep on going. Shout out to the boys at Armstrong Barbecue. They let us use the 1,000-gallon pit to get some more cheeks on, so the day is officially rolling. First order of business today is a live demo of the one and only first Chud box in Australia, so we're now putting that together. First Chud box fired up on Australia. Doors are officially open at Meat Stock Day 1. I've got the Chud box here full of some chicken wings for our first direct heat Chud box demo. Trying to convince all of Australia that they need to buy a Chud box, and we're doing 2 cooks on this. Got another demo in about an hour or so just trying to get things going, but the day is beautiful. Sun is shining, cheeks are cooking. We made some sausage that's smoking away. We've been real busy, so I apologize if I haven't been getting a lot of coverage of this festival because, you know, it's tough to film yourself when you're working pretty hard. But either way, bear with us, folks. First cook on a Chud box ever in Australia. Pretty sick.
Secret since 1946.
Look at him.
That's the true craftsman and mastermind behind Chuds BBQ. Give it up for the leader of the next generation of Texas barbecue. It's Bradley Robinson. Oh. You're an even more attractive man in real life.
Stop.
I mean,
go on. A little
geez.
more. Come on. Yeah, first time in Australia, coming all the way from Austin, Texas. We've been here for about 2 days. It has been absolutely beautiful. Love the people, love the food, love the weather. It's just been a great time so far. Today we're going to be talking about direct heat barbecue, which is something that has become an obsession in my life. And we were trying to redefine what barbecue can be in Austin because it's such a barbecue saturated place. And the main flavor doesn't really come from wood smoke. It comes from all the fat and water and juices dripping out of the meat onto the coals, which kind of perfumes and gets this unmistakable flavor that you can't really recreate on any other style of cooker. This is based on what we call hill country style Texas barbecue, which is the oldest style of barbecue. Like, it predates brisket, it predates the offset smoker. Back in the day it was chickens, pork steak, beef clad was the main cut, and it was all cooked on cookers just like this, but just a lot bigger. And it's all about just being over that direct heat.
Bloody impressive, and the colour on those wings, I think that's the most telling sign of just a beautifully
eat all of these right now.
Yeah. Yes, that's Corporal Freddy's, Australian made over there. This is a family recipe. Love your Worcestershire sauce. Get into it. There we go. Scull it up. How's that straight up? Yeah.
That's actually really good.
I just saw your beard hairs just twinkle in the sunlight after that.
That's not all that twinkled, buddy.
OMG, that smells so good.
Demo number 1 in the books. Now it's time to go check in on our beef cheeks that we've just been continuously cooking. And we've still got more to go, but the festival is in full swing. Met a lot of great people on that demo, so shout out Australia. But I don't know where Bones is. Hopefully he's checking on the cheeks. Hey there, Nick.
What else can we do? Hey.
Pulled some more out of confit, which is good. 1 step closer to getting it all done. But now it's like 15 minutes later. It's time to go back to another demo. This time it is a sausage making tutorial. So again, we made some sausages about 10 minutes after we got off the plane a couple days ago. So we got to go get those cooked off. Time to make another batch. Thank you so much for having me yet again on the stage. Twice in one day. Gotta love that.
Hey, you're working it. I mean, you flew in just like bang, 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 straight up on stage. Second demo of the day.
You know, it's gotta be done sometime. We gotta spread the good word of barbecue and snags. I was talking earlier about my favorite part about barbecue in general is you take an old propane tank or a square box, you take the most unwanted pieces of meat like a brisket or a pork butt, and you make something absolutely beautiful and super tender and delicious out of it. If you look at sausage making, it's kind of like a microcosm of all of that, where you take the even more unwanted cuts, the scraps, you put it in a hog intestine. Ew! And then you smoke them off with the proper technique and a little bit of science, and you can get the perfect sausage that's not just an afterthought, but can really define your restaurant and your meal. And we're gonna tie it off. We're gonna snip the tip. Then we're gonna case away. Now this is the tricky part, because if you just let this go, you're gonna end up with a crumbly dog turd of a sausage full of air pockets. Case it too tightly, it's gonna burst the sausage, and that's no bueno. But yeah, these are looking great.
It's been a pleasure, Melvin. The weather's come out. How good's meat stock?
Sausage making demo was successful. The links came out very good, very cheesy, and now we're getting ready for our final event of the night, which is serving all the beef cheeks we've been cooking for the last few days. We're here at the fire stage. Got a bunch of other people making their dishes, and Bones, are you ready to serve a bunch of beef cheeks?
Yeah.
Little beef cheek foldies. So we're gonna have a piece of white bread, slice of beef cheek, some homemade barbecue sauce, and pickled onions. Classic, bringing Austin to Australia. Probably won't be able to get much footage of it because we're a two-man crew, which is why we probably haven't got much coverage of this event at all, but we'll see what we can do. Mel, how's it going, buddy?
How we doing, baby?
How's meat stock treating you so far?
Fantastic. We're in a wind tunnel. We're next to a rodeo. We're just doing all the things. Everything's upside down and backwards. Welcome to Australia.
Yeah, exactly. What are you cooking tonight?
We got Canadian hockey sticks. We got a pork rib on a bed of crab apple coleslaw with some smoked maple bacon stuff. It's gonna be fantastic.
That sounds fantastic.
They're
man.
not gonna know what's gonna hit them. It's gonna be wild.
I want to start counting up how many different places we've cooked together at this point, because the list is growing.
Funny. Wait until next year. This is gonna get crazy.
I'm ready. Saturday is upon us. Last night went pretty smoothly. We did the 2 demos and the fire stage last night serving beef cheeks. Served a whole bunch of beef cheeks. Everyone seemed to love them, which is good. And we definitely had enough food, which is great. But now today we're doing 1 demo and 2 fire kitchen services. So gates open in about half an hour, and then at noon we're doing another 250, maybe 300 people serving beef cheeks again. We got those out of confit in the warmer, ready to go. Then after that we're doing a brisket trim demo, and then we're gonna cap it all off with 1 final service of these beef cheeks.
So many beef cheeks.
And hopefully, if we can get some time, we're going to show you more of the festival and try some food, but it's just me and Nick. So, Matt, we're really missing you, buddy. So, you got to come with us next time, bud. Freaking Armstrong Barbecue here with the biggest menu I've ever seen for a festival. How's it going, buddy?
Awesome, man. Having a great meat stock.
Sorry, I got to walk through the maze. How's meat stock been for you so far?
Best event so far of the year. Absolutely loving it. And yeah, cooking on the big 1,000 gallons here in the beautiful Victorian high country. Couldn't think of anywhere else that I'd rather be.
Also, thank you for letting us use these gigantic pits, because we've just been trying to fit into any available smoker space we can, and these guys have been super helpful. So,
Everyone's your friend here, mate. So
yeah, very much appreciate it. But so you're just cooking briskets all day?
doing briskets, got some pork butts on the go, beef cheeks, who I may have learned from someone.
Not me.
Yeah, and then we're doing our house smoked sausage as well, jalapeno cheddar. We're doing a Texas bratwurst as well.
Love it, man. Putting in the effort.
Yeah,
That's great.
Make sure you come and try some later.
Absolutely. Nick,
Hey,
what are you doing, buddy?
man, dipping them lollipops.
That is an aggressive amount of pork belly lollipops right there. How many are you serving this weekend?
Probably 3,000.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I was calling him the merchant of diarrhea earlier.
I am the merchant of diarrhea.
Those look really good, buddy. Also, thank you for helping us smoke off all the beef cheeks. Very much appreciate it.
No worries, brother. It was my pleasure.
How long have you been running Carolina Smoke?
We started this about 4 years ago. We started with a small little 250 and then got this thing, and then I built another 2,000 gallon pit, twice the size of this thing, and then I built another 650, and now I'm just like running out of space in the warehouse.
Yeah. Well, I saw your line yesterday, so I know you're about to get slammed, so I'll leave you to it, but we'll catch up later.
Have a great day.
You too.
See ya.
All the beef cheeks are almost done. It's time for our first of 2 services today. Same thing as last night. People are about to storm the gates here. I think we're serving another 250 people right now, and it's time to slice up a whole bunch of beef cheeks. Just did a brisket trim demo. Everything went smoothly. Back on the beef cheek grind, and it's time for our final event here at Meat Stock. But this place is absolutely packed out. A lot of great people. So if I met you, great to meet y'all. How's the beef cheek life treating you?
It's a little heavy right now.
We've been walking all over this place, but the final leg of beef cheekery is about to commence. So we finished out Meat Stock last night, watched some music on the country stage, served all the beef cheeks, everything went smoothly. Had a wonderful night. We're now back on our way to Melbourne from Warrigal, and we got some time to kill because we don't know where we're staying tonight. We found this par 3 course. So we're just enjoying a beautiful day, and I almost just got a hole-in-one from like 15 yards that way. But look at that. I mean, come on, that is in the cup. What are we doing here? Can you confirm?
Yeah, that was a really good shot.
Thank you, thank you. Tap this in for us, bud.
Well, there's a...
Yeah, I'm aware there's a lip because my ball is stuck on it. Oh, you son of a... I will say, I'm loving this little caddy they gave us at the old par 3 here because it's got a spike. It's right in the ground. Very convenient. Gotta get some at home. Well, that was a lot of fun. How'd you play, Nick?
Win some, you lose some.
Yeah. You know, out of all the pitch and putts we've played in other countries, which is now 2, this one was better than the one in England.
3. Ireland, that one was...
Oh yeah, the Irish one was fantastic. But to celebrate our fun time, we decided to pick up a Golden Gay Time. One of Australia's famous treats. This doesn't count as a bonus try, something weird though.
No.
Not bad.
Not pretty good.
In our limited time exploring around, we've noticed that the Australians love ice cream. Every time I order an iced coffee, they ask me if I want a dollop of ice cream in it. We passed like 7 ice cream shops in a row, so it's a country that loves their sweets. I'm here for it. And just like that, we have made it to our most permanent Airbnb yet.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean in the last 5 days, we've stayed at 4 different accommodations. But our first leg of this trip is knocked out. The first weekend is done. And first of all, big shout out to Jay and everyone at Meat Stock. That was an amazing barbecue festival. It really did seem like a Texas barbecue festival just on the other side of the world, which is pretty rad. Met a lot of great people. Big shout out to everybody at Fat Boys Barbecue as well. They took great care of us at the Fire Kitchen. And of course, the Q Club. But we're going to talk more about the Q Club later in this series. But for now, I think we're going to cap this video off here. But we've got a couple days to explore and get into some trouble here in Melbourne before our next event. So be sure to check in next week when the Australian Adventure Series Season 1, Episode 2 continues. Nick, you ready to eat some weird food next week?
Yeah, gotta try all the weird stuff.
Coming up. All right, y'all, and that is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. Big shout out to all the Team Chud members. Thank you for supporting this channel and allowing me to keep making all these videos. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace.